It's operating properly. This line, if there's humidity in the air, will be sweating. That's why they have insulation in it. So you're extracting the humidity from the inside of the structure and the heat, and you're transferring it via your condensing unit. And it's a two-part system, or really a three-part. Condenser, compressor within this unit, evaporator, a coil within that unit.
Cool.
See what else we can cover here.
Another thing I want to point out is the AC has condensation in its drain.
It is.
Sometimes that drain gets clogged.
Sometimes we're talking about service issues.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you
High
have,
efficiency furnaces and AC both need.
sometimes when you have an AC coming in, obviously the house, if you have a house that was built in the 20s or 30s, it wasn't designed or built with AC in mind. So somebody had to come in and create drainage for that air conditioning system now. So a lot of times when we come into a home, condo, we'll see a lot of creative work done with condensation. That trap dries out. So
Sewer gas.
sewer gas comes right through. So, and then the idea is obviously sewer gas could have bacteria, whatever it has in it. You have an A coil in there, it has condensation, so you could create something that possibly might be a breeding ground for.
Bacteria. Gross
Yeah.
stuff.
So where are you looking for it to drain?
We want it draining into a drain, a floor drain. So you can have
Water
a drain.
heater, usually they'll just drain down where the water heater drain is, right?
Right, right. And in general, some people will have an older house. We look for that drainage to go into the waste system. Some people will use a sump system for that. It's not advised, but in some conditions where we walk in, somebody maybe has a house that was built in the 1900s, the floor drain was maybe taken out. They really should have an ejector pump and a separate sump pump. They might have just put in a sump pump. And depending on what area you're in, where you don't have a separate storm sewer and waste line, Chicago, basically everything's mixed together. The sump is anyways discharging into your main waste, so I don't make quite a big a deal about that kind of an issue, but generally you want it to run into a waste line. And right over here is something that we would look for in the basement area in Chicago if you have low-grade plumbing, say if you have your bathroom or laundry sink down there. What this does for you is this creates an overhead sewer. So say this is your basement slab, this is your half bath in your basement. You basically have your sink, you have a drain trap in here. This is what we talked about with the attic space. This is what actually fills up with water. Water sits in there, prevents waste gas from coming back through. And then you have it draining down through, and it runs down. When it runs down, it's displacing air. So where it displaces air, it actually has to have a vent. So that's what this system is right in here. You basically have multiple drains tied into this drain. This drains the water, and this is your vent continuation. So your washer machine, if it's connected to here, discharges water, it's displacing air. That runs through the vent system, usually on an upward pitch, 1/4 inch per foot. Drain is usually on a downward pitch, 1/4 inch per foot. And too steep of a drain pitch, especially for a main waste, doesn't allow for the solids to get washed out fully. So you want to have that water flow slowly moving in and carrying whatever waste that has coming through there. Sorry to be graphic. Basically, I'm going to show you how this operates. We're going to flush the toilet. But you basically